Hey guys, coming here with a tutorial for a great beginner card trick. For this card trick, I'm not gonna use the jokers. You can if you want to. This is not a mathematical card trick, so you don't need 52 cards necessarily. You can have 54 or 46 or whatever you want. But I'm just gonna take out the jokers for now, because I don't usually like using them. So I'm just going to put them in the box and put the box away because you're not going to use the box. This is an impromptu card trick, so you can do whatever deck you want, whatever time you want. You don't have to set up the deck, so that means you can shuffle it as much as you want before you do the trick. You can have them shuffle it, whatever. This is the one of the first card tricks I ever did. One of the easiest card tricks I've ever come across. And it works great for a crowd that's not. If they have seen some magic before and understand some magic, it's pretty easy to understand what you're doing. But it's an okay trick to just show around to some friends and stuff. So what you're gonna do is you can have them shuffle it. You can shuffle it yourself. Just you don't have to shuffle it. Whatever, it doesn't really matter. But if they don't have trust in you, you can just have them shuffle and cut the deck as many times as they want. You can do triple cuts and just a clean cut, or you can do Hindu cuts or whatever you want. I don't know. Up to you. So what you're gonna do now is you're gonna do a fan. Yeah. The thing is, you can do a lot of fan flourishes with the fans looking super fancy. If you're that kind of guy, you know. But what I see in this trick is that people start doing all the flourishes and making the fan look good and all that kind of stuff. But in the end, it doesn't really matter. Wow. But it doesn't really matter. As I tend to see it, is if you do it simple, they don't get thrown away. Some people might think you're already doing the trick by just doing a flourished, like a spread of the cards. So just do a simple one that just looks like an idiot, because that's what you're performing right now, an idiot trick. So you just make them pick a random card, and you're not going to look at the card, but for the sake of the tutorial, we're going to look at it. So it's the 7 of diamonds. So you just, they're having the card this way right now. They're sitting holding the card, but we're just gonna put it this way right now, put it over here for a while, and while they're looking at their card, while they're doing whatever they want with the card, you're gonna do another riffle shuffle. And you kind of have to know how to riffle shuffle for this trick, or if you don't, it's okay, but if you want to make it look extra good, you kind of want to riffle shuffle. I'm not that good at it, but it's doesn't really matter for this trick. The only thing you need to do right now is you gotta, while they're lining up for riffle shuffle, you kind of just want to get a quick sneak peek on the cards under. You don't want them to look at it really, but you can just give them a little sneak peek like this. And in the little quick, gotta be quick sneak peek, you're just gonna choose a card that's easiest for you to remember. So in this case, it's the Ace of Diamonds for me. So I'm just gonna, the thing is, you gotta put the card that's easiest for you to remember at the bottom when you riffle shuffle. So you're just gonna release the card like this. You don't have to use only that card, you can use a couple, but just make sure that stays at the bottom, okay? This is what can I call it, the easiest way of controlling a card, because you already know where it is. So you're just gonna keep it at that position. So they think you're just shuffling the deck for second time's sake, but actually you're just checking out the bottom card, knowing the bottom card. Or you can just riffle shuffle and just peek like this, look at it like this. But doesn't look that professional. They might understand what you're doing already there. So just put down the deck like this. Or you can do a couple of false cuts if that's your game, I guess. But you're just keeping the same card at the bottom, whatever. You can do a little false cut, or not a false cut, but a Hindu cut. So you just keep the card on the bottom, whatever. And then you're gonna tell them, or you're gonna do it yourself, depends on how skeptical your friends are. But you're gonna make three piles which are equally as big as each other. Doesn't really matter if they are super equal, but they gotta be somehow. It at least gotta be like one card in each pile, because you gotta know that this card is on the bottom. So you're just gonna remember where the card is. So if you got it like this, if you put down the pile like this, you know that the sorry for the headset users, but you know that this card is going on the bottom. So if they split it like this, you know that your card is in the bottom of this deck. So you just try to remember that. It's not that hard to remember. And then they're sitting with their card right here. So you're giving them three options of what to do. They can place it in whichever, on top of whichever pile they want. So say they place it on top of here. It's easy. You just lift up the deck they placed it in, put it there, and then take the pile with the card that you can remember on the bottom and slam it on top. Thing with this trick is that you want to keep their card always under the card you can remember, okay? So you don't know their card yet, but the only card you kind of know in this deck is the ace, the one you remembered from before. So you're just going to keep it like that, and if they place it in this pile, you can just place it like that, and then slam your ace of diamonds on top. But the thing is, if they pick the pile where your ace is, it's not harder for you than to just pick up the pile, give it a split, because this puts their card, the 7 of diamonds, under the ace of diamonds. So you can do it like that, or if you don't want to do this 3 pile thingy, if you mean it takes up too much time, or you don't have that much time, you can just make them tell them to put it on, as long as you remember the bottom card, just tell them to put it on top of the pile, like that. Oh, I can't pick it up. Okay, I'm just gonna do it like this. Just make them put it on top of the pile like this, and then you're just gonna do a clean split. So you just put it in the middle, put it like this. So that puts your ace of diamonds on top of their card. So what you're gonna tell the spectator now is, I'm gonna make random piles with no particular number of cards that the pile can contain. So, but you're gonna say, I'm just gonna try to fill up the pile so I don't have to clean up so much afterwards. So you're just making random piles, and you're actually making random piles, but you're looking for your card, which is the ace of diamonds, while you're doing this, okay? So you're just flipping cards like this, filling it in random piles, until you get to your card, the ace of diamonds. And that's where you have to wake up, because you know that this next card is their card. So you're gonna make a new pile with their card, but you gotta be kind of quick putting on the next card, or they're gonna understand what you just did. But it's not that. If they understand, it's not really that terrible. You can kind of talk your way out of it, or they're just not gonna tell you anything anyway. So you're just gonna do like this, and you're gonna continue flipping cards, but you gotta remember, after you flip over their card, you're gonna remember what their card is. So 7 of diamonds, you're just gonna tell yourself 7 of diamonds, 7 of diamonds, and then you're gonna start a new pile, and you're gonna do SEVENDIAMOND. Kinda awkward. I need one more card over here. But you're gonna spell out their card. So 7 of diamonds over here. So you kinda don't wanna waste too many cards on this pile where their card is, because you gotta know you have enough cards to make spell their pile over here. So what you're gonna do, you're gonna take the pile that you spelled their card in. You're gonna take the pile with their card in, which is at the bottom, and put that on top of the spelling pile, and then take the remaining piles on top, no particular order. Here is the performance part, where you can say, what's your card? The Queen of Diamonds, and you're gonna go QUEE, and you're gonna be looking at their eyes, and oh wait, no, it wasn't. It was the 7 of diamonds, wasn't it? Or you can just jump straight ahead to saying that your card is 7 of diamonds, and you're just gonna spell it out Iammonds. And then you're gonna flip over this card, the 7 of diamonds, their card. So it works on some people. Some people get dazzled. Most people get dazzled by this, and they think it's a cool trick. So try it out. See if it works out for you. Goodbye.